Is it me, or is this starting to feel like REKTEMBER again? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Da Vinci Jeremy in the pipe 5x5 here in Dubai, realizing that it's feeling like REKTEMBER, especially for the alts. And we'll take a look at that and talk about that in today's episode and how to navigate that. I think, we're going to see a little bit more downside before we see upside. And then once that's over with, it's going to be what WTF? The price takes off. So we're going to be telling you how to navigate that in today's episode. So make sure you stay tuned and watch all the way to the end in order to gain that important piece of information. Right? You might need to navigate this roller coaster ride of the price action. So that said, let's get to it. Right? If you want to learn how to own Bitcoin for the long term and hold it, and so that you can be one of the crypto millionaires, right, that are out there, got a course on how to do that. Right? You have you can actually get access to all the different aspects of my course for a low price, right, of $699, but we also give you a gift of $600 worth of Bitcoins if you pass some courses and stuff like that. There are some things you have to do in order to get that, but other than that, once you pass all that, then you'll get the gift of $600 in Bitcoins. Now, this is total value of the package is like $4,200, so you might want to get on that before it's too late. Okay, Bitcoin could join gold on bank balance sheets in the future, Deutsche Bank says. I think central banks too, right? I think central banks are allowed to hold Bitcoin now, right? So that means Bitcoin probably going to be on bank balance sheets, right? Gold and crypto are performing very differently in the short term, but one firm says the two could thrive side by side in the years ahead. Duh. Because you guys keep printing more money. There's room for both gold and Bitcoin to coexist in central bank balance sheets by 2030. Deutsche Bank analysts, right? States, poof, boom, boom. Yeah, well, it's coming. It's coming. They're going to have to because, they're just printing way too much money. They're going to want to hold on to that. Okay. Digital euro unlikely to launch before 2029, ECB board member says. Yes. I mean, you know what? The ECB, right, and the European Union, they've got a lot of infighting. And then, of course, there's how this is going to look, what kind of powers they're going to have. All that kind of stuff has to be sorted out, right? The digital euro and the European Union long planned central banking digital currency CBDC project is facing delays with a launch now expected around mid 2029. The reason why is because they can't agree on anything, right? This is why Bitcoin will probably hold the line. Is because who's going to want to change the 21 million cap? They might do stupid things like, use Bitcoin for other than monetary uses, which, I mean, they should focus on monetary uses, but that's another subject matter altogether. But Bitcoin will still be used as that, even though, they're going to try to circumvent the destruction of Bitcoin one way or another. Okay. Crypto millionaires at a record level with watershed year for institutional adoption. Yes. The number of crypto millionaires has jumped 40% year on year to over 240,000, driven mainly by institutional adoption, according to Henley partners. So, there's only 66 million millionaires, right? And these people, right, if they hold on to their Bitcoin, right? The 40% that's added, right? So there must be more than if that's 40% of the total number. Yeah, that's let's just say that means 500,000 people were already millionaires. So yeah, just saying, like almost 1 million millionaires, crypto millionaires, right? Maybe this includes other cryptos as well, right? So not just Bitcoin. That's coming. That's coming, right? To a theater near you. So make sure you hold on to Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin indicators record squeeze signal. Significant volatility storm ahead. Okay, you know what? I wanted to open up something here to prove it. And let's see if we have any kind of like liquidity issues upwards or downwards. Ooh. Oh. 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 Oh my God. So at worst, it might take out this level down here. But you see these people? They're all brave star. They feel like, yeah, Bitcoin's overbought. We're shorting the snot out of this, man. We're fully invested. We're fully committed to get liquidated up here. Holy, these people are crazy. They are insane. And that's just one exchange. I didn't think it was that bad. And I haven't looked at this data. Jesus. Jeez Louise, man. You guys have lost your minds. These shorters have lost their minds. They feel that REKTEMBER. See, this is what I expected, right? People will go, oh, yeah. Liquidations like crazy. Okay, big deal. This is nothing, right? This is, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? What's wrong with you? Wow. That's a massive amount of liquidations that are about to occur once REKTEMBER is over. So we got a little bit more downside, right, for REKTEMBER. But man, the upside, once we start coming, we're probably going to come hard. Wow, I feel sorry for those people. These guys were, well, this person who's doing this, who's talking about this, right? A key technical indicator for Bitcoin has squeezed to its tightest level amid the low volatility, which an analyst says usually precedes a large breakout and volatility spike. Yeah. Here's the thing. It's a separate indicator. Other than the one I just showed you. Okay? All right. Bitcoin's weekly Bollinger Bands are now the tightest in history. What the? Really? We'll look at that later on in the show. That is crazy. The tightest. The weekly Bollinger Band is the tightest in history. Jesus. That doesn't mean it's going to go higher, right? It only means that a big move is coming, right? That's all it means. The fact that it's tight, right? It doesn't mean give you direction, right? Mr. Anderson wrote on X on Tuesday, referring to the technical indicator that shows volatility and a possible overbought and oversold position. When volatility compresses, this tightly expansion always follows. Well, yes, that's expansion, but not in a specific direction with the Bollinger Band. Once expansion starts, price almost always tests the outer bands rather quickly. Yes. Yeah. Jesus. Jeez Louise, man. Anyways, let's talk about Bitcoin from Peter Schiff's perspective. Bitcoin is not living up to its hype. Really. Priced in gold, Bitcoin is now 20% below its record high, set in August. Okay. Last month. Okay. In other words, Bitcoin is in a bear market. Since Bitcoin is promoted as being digital gold, being down 20% in gold is more significant than being down 10% in dollars. He's just trolling, right? You know he is, right? Speaking about trolling, right? Let's just troll him back. You said last month. We live in years, not in months. And look at that. Look at that. Bitcoin's way up here, 49,000%. Where's gold at? Oh. Oh. Don't even play, man. I'm passing. In fact, it's such an easy win for anyone to buy Bitcoin even today, because you're thinking, oh, I'm too late. It's 100,000. How much percentage can it possibly go up? I don't know. But if you're looking at the number of people who have it, right, and that number is actually an overestimation right now at 3%. There's a lot lower estimations being floated out there. But let's go with 3%. And let's just say we only go to, 30% of the population owning Bitcoin. Do you think we have a little bit more room to do another 40,000 percentage up? And NVIDIA has been around for a long time and it did it, right? Right? In 10 years. Boom. It's coming, man. It's coming hard. Harder than you think, man, because what's going to happen is, well, Andrew Tate says it in a no shit Sherlock moment. Housing prices will crash hard. The Ponzi has collapsed. The youth buy crypto with their spare money. Nobody's saving for a deposit or on a mortgage to buy an overpriced Broomer's jackpot. Everyone hates banks. Houses are too expensive. Bitcoin is the solution. I know. I'm not buying a freaking house here. People are coming to me and asking me to buy their house for $100 million. I'm like, what? Oh, but we'll discount it for $60 million just for you. What? And come here. Let's just say I did that, right? Let's do that. Let's do the math on that a little bit, right? Let's do the math on that. Okay. If I did that for $60 million, that would, if I were to obviously I wouldn't buy it outright. But if I were to take a look at over 30 years, right? What a mortgage would look like, right? I would have to pay, let's just approximately about $80,000 per month. That's on the low end. Right? For 30 years. Now, I have to ask a question to anyone who's trying to sell it to me. I asked them this question, right? Can you live off of $80,000 a month for the next 30 years? Yeah. Can you live in a really decent house? Right? Probably, if not the same or better than the current house that you're trying to sell me? Yes. Then why the frack do you think I'm going to buy your house? Man, it's just ridiculous. Like, they don't even think. They don't even think. And they say, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Duh. But it's going to go up. Yeah, I know. It's a ridiculous statement that every real estate agent and every single person in the real estate state, and you're like, well, you're saying that about Bitcoin. You know what market saturation is? Yes. How many people are involved in a specific type of market? The market saturation is this in Bitcoin. What do you think the market saturation is in real estate? Oh, yeah. 40%. All right. With that said, right? It's literally the same story every single time. Bitcoin is about to go parabolic. Yes, but not until we get more wreckage in the REKTEMBER, right? The SEC to enforce Trump's that will open up 12.5 trillion 401k retirement liquidity into crypto. Yes, that's coming, so be ready. Gold blow off top seems close. Liquidity rotation into BTC will be insane. Okay, this is I'd have to disagree with this statement, right? Only because, gold looks like a blow off top because it's going higher. It can't be a blow off top because here's why. If you listen to the news, are they saying go and buy gold and this is how you do it? No. Are they saying gold is going a lot higher, right? No. Okay. So where do you see blow off top? If they were saying all those things, right, and pushing you into gold, I'd say, yeah, we're getting close to a blow off top. But that's not happening, is it? You're getting quite the opposite. They're not talking about, they're like, gold. Hey, yeah, gold's up. A little bit. Just a little bit, but it's probably going to come back down. It's a little crazy. We hope, I want to see gold come back down because it's a little bit crazy. That's what they're telling you. That's what they're saying. That's not a market that is about to have a blow off top. Blow off top market always ends in a frenzy of people buying. Right? All right. So if you're interested in buying something that hasn't gone into its frenzy stage yet, and it's much better, and it will go to an even bigger frenzy stage, head over to x.dj15.com where you can actually, find the exchange that's suited for you. Okay. Ooh, man, Bitcoin. See, it bounced off the 61.8 and now it's coming back out. So again, what I said, right, the 78.6 is the most likely target with this REKTEMBER not over. We're at it's the 25th of September and it's like, REKTEMBER, man, remember, it's REKTEMBER. Oh boy. Yeah, we're seeing just like I said, like I told you guys, target $3,900 and we're here. Boom. On target, let's just see here. We should hold the line here. Maybe cross it a little bit. Don't expect much after this. I think we've reached a very oversold situation on the chart here. Oops. So we could see maybe if we bounce here, we'll see like what's called a divergence, and then this divergence is most likely going to confirm on the 4 hour, and there we go. Off to the races. But yeah, it's looking pretty scary here, right? Very scary. Looking at Solana again, right? I told you the 206 level was the target. Looking at Solana's further downside, I don't think we have much further downside on Solana, but let's just do from this move to this move right here. Probably shouldn't take that chart, but whatever. Do we have any kind of no retracement levels that are nice, except for the 175? Yeah, I don't think we're going to come all the way down to the 187, but it's not out of the realms of possibilities here. These targets right here, these these this price like $200, maybe, yeah, the 994 ish area, taking out these wicks would probably be the most likely scenario, somewhere in here. So the buying, if you're interested in buying Solana, I think we have our buying objective here, taking us all the way back up to, and if we just move this right just below here so that we're not liquidated should we come all the way down there, and then take this to 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, I think that's a safe bet. You can probably come back all the way in here, and if we do come into this level, right, you can probably take this all the way up here, right here, just below that. There you go. And there it is. 2.5 risk to reward. I think this is a safe entry here. You might want to, you could always start entering a little bit higher than that, and just to make sure your stop loss is exactly where, at the 183-ish area, and I think you're pretty safe from being stopped out. And I'm going to hold this one. I think this is the trade. This is the trade for sure on Solana. All right. So with that said, right, hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.